You are not known to me. For supplies, seek the bugbear. To trade trinkets, the fetcher's brats. I am Uktar, duly elected guild bursar, and I will not have my time wasted.
Oh, is that what Nine Fingers was doing earlier? Wasting guild time with this Stone Lord business?
You might say so. I could not possibly comment.
I sense there is no love lost between the two of you.
I need not love to serve. You have a point you wish to make? I clearly recall asking you not to waste my time.
Familiar as it sounds, the reference eludes you.
It is guild business I take seriously, as you ought to. That business is finance. Specifically, the acquisition of vault keys. The wealthy squirrel their riches away in the city's counting house, where it gathers dust, serving no one. I acquire keys and allow these funds to circulate, like lifeblood in a healthy body. Everyone benefits, particularly those who bring me such keys. So, are you wasting my time, or do you seek to benefit? Have you made an acquisition?
Do not worry. Guild's friends are Tuskrunt's friends. And I don't hurt my friends. Unless they deserve it.
Someone who can probably read? Can I interest you in a copy of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette? Please buy one. We're all doing our bit, better than sitting around waiting for the gates to open. It's a really good paper, though. No spelling mistakes in it or anything. Oh, she's very busy. I think she's made new friends in the city. I'm going to join her there when the gates open. Oh, well, come back again if you change your mind.
Left. I'm sure of your pestilence. You have my word. Behold, this tree is plagued by pestilence, yet refuses to die. The goddess Shontia wishes me to save it. I can feel it. I will spend every drop of my magic to save this tree from death, if Shontia wills it. Shontia, bless this rose.
You'll be the one laughing when they're all enslaved to the absolutes. 40 in that one. 18, no, 17. Wait. Sorry, but I'm a little busy here. Look, you're making me uncomfortable.
Have you seen what she's doing? Counting gold in front of a beggar. It's like eating bread in front of a starving child. Thank you, sir. At least some people in this world know kindness.
Yes?
At least try to hide the guild account, Glitterbeard. Welcome to the counting house. I'm head clerk Mead, honey. How may the Fellowship of Financiers serve you?
You seem a little nervous, Sir Meat Honey. Had some difficult customers today? One in particular calling himself the Stone Lord, perhaps.
The who? The what? All right, fine. The head banker may have just taken a customer by that name down to the vaults. Rather large, rather heavily armed, which is against regulations. But I'm sure the head banker knows what he is doing.
I assure you, he does not. You are right to be nervous. But let us pass, and all will be well.
Well, who is this Stone Lord to you? Ah, a threat. Our other visitor simply skipped straight to violence. No need, I'm convinced. Show my guards this temporary vault pass, and should my superior ask, keep my name out of it.
Account holders only from here. Vault pass? Aye. Glitterbeard brought some giant down just now. He had eyes as dark as winter's crack and twice as cold. He also had a vault pass. Right. Descend and know. Upon entering the vaults, you forego the protection of city and church law alike. Which is to say, keep to your own vault and you'll be fine.
So, the Stone Lord is Minsk, Jaheira's old acquaintance. Painfully small world at times.
Yes?
This Stone Lord and Minsk are one and the same. Jaheira's friend has taken a dark turn, it seems.
So, this Stone Lord is the legendary Minsk. And a newly minted cultist, no less. Are we sure we want to find him before Nine Fingers does? I doubt he'll be pleased to see us.
Sounds like we're not the only ones tracking down this Minsk fellow. Let's hope Nine Fingers' bounty doesn't attract too much competition.
You truly are a feast for my eye.
little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. Impossible. My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers would surrender his father for freedom. Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes? The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel. But those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead, after all. Oh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found a new use for an old battle axe. The dead three in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. The 9 hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus, my mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it, the delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what. When the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand. I'm afraid that's not an option. I'm quite stubborn, you see. Take a swing or a stab if you want, but I'll just slip away for a breather. One of the perks of being a half-devil, of course.
Minsk, the Great Ranger. He's alive and infected. Else, we need to act.
My people tell tales of Minsk and his ferocious hamster Boo, to frighten our children. Beware loud men with purple scalps and ugly rodents, for they think of you as evil and will kill you on sight. It is amusing to hear that the legendary ranger has become as much a terror in his own city as he is in the Underdark.
Minsk is the Stone Lord. Jaheira's friend doesn't sound so friendly after all.
Minsk is working for the cult. Damn. He must have been tadpoled, or worse. The real Minsk would never join up with the goddamned Absolute. Maybe we can help him. The prism, right? He should shut that tadpole up. If he doesn't kick our butts first. It's kind of his thing.
No room in your party. What should I do?
Excellent. Let's go.
More unmarked withdrawals. You could at least try to hide the guild account a little bit.
Maybe I will. Or maybe I
Don't need to worry.
Just need to see your vault pass, please. No idea. Our porter's out here. Besides his chosen swords, Head Banker Glitterbeard doesn't like us asking what goes on below. For security, I expect. Looks in order. Blessed day to you.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. intestines throb. Blood whispers. How many die today? How many die tomorrow?
It's still moving.
Hush your fussing. Nine Fingers had this one made especially. That little mouthful will barely slow it down.
But the stories...
Stories. Tall tales and big names, lad. Don't let them fool you. Elminster the Archmage, Drist the Drow Exile. Heroes have power, aye, but not half so much as we do. A little coin into the right purse. A soft word in the right ear. It's not glory that spins these plains, lad. It's gold. See? Now. Moradin's cracked clay.
There is no gold in here! If there is one thing Minsk hates more than beasts with bad breath... it is those who are tricksome with the truth. And turnips. But you are no turnip. Let that be of comfort in your final moments.
Meet Minsk. He still seems very much himself to me.
Minsk? The very man Jahira is after.
You...
Stone Lord. Ha! Better to call yourself Stonehead.
Your false face does not fool my eyes. I will cut until you look like the monster you truly are.
Somehow, you are making even less sense than usual. Perhaps I can explain. The Stone Lord sees through your lies, shapeshifter. Count yourself lucky he cannot stay. Oh, Nine Fingers set a poor trap, little banker. Let the Absolute's faithful show you how it is done. Now come, Stone Lord. We have the gold. And the Absolute has need of it elsewhere.
As you say, Jahira.
Slarning shape-changers! Enough! Let us deal with these cultists. Then find out where they are nesting.
we go. Give it a try.
By your command.
got to press on.
No rest. Be your wicked and wise.
Heading there.
Bloody work. On the hunt.
Ready.
Oak Father, ease my way.
No surrender.
Got to focus. Have to keep going.
I won't give in. Best be on my way.
Rest and not rise again.
Enjoy this.
Got to concentrate.
I wonder if this is worth the cost. No time for mercy.
Still catching my...
Never a dull moment.
Just breathe. Breathe. Switch bloody jobs.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Coin back here, I'd have robbed the place myself.
First time the vault's been breached the entire time I've worked here. I hope this won't affect my bonus.
Bloody cultists are fit.
I grow tired of these false faces. Every corner we turn, another. And now it is my face they use to turn Minsk against us. I am sorry, but... I am just tired. Ha! Bastard. When I left Minsk to this fate, I believed I had no choice. I believe it still. We were ignorant of our enemy, unarmed against the cult. I made the right decision, but I do not like how easily I made it. Minsk would have never left me behind, no matter what happened. That is his problem entire. The past century left Minsk unchanged. And so he believes the world has never changed, that I have not. You saw the fool, hanging on the doppelganger's every word for no other reason than it wears my face. You think I flatter myself in believing it is my face alone that Minsk follows? Mahler mark me, but I find myself hoping he is that bold. Come then. We need a lead, and bullying this banker ought to make me feel better.
And switch bloody jobs.
Minsk puts on quite a show of brawn, even if there's no brain worth mentioning. I mean, I hate to judge the proverbial book, but that oaf may be all cover and no pages. I would, but you have so many friends. Excellent.
Of all the places I expected would find this Minsk, crawling from the broken jaws of a mimic wasn't high on my list. What's life without a few surprises, eh?
Keep your distance, darling.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Minsk believes a doppelganger to be Jahira. He is being manipulated. I am all but certain.
Minsk. He seemed to believe that doppelganger was truly Jahira. A sure sign he's being manipulated.
Minsk is being tricked. By the hells, we've got to rip him away from that shapeshifter.
I am loath to admit it. But if we can pacify Minsk, he may be a worthy companion. Any man who can resist being digested by a mimic may even give an elder brain food for thought.
Is something burdened?
Maybe Nina still needs a cracked skull. Let's try.
Hey, soldier.
Don't touch me. Oh, for a skeleton key.
So Minsk has turned to the absolute. Maybe there's something to this cult.
Just breathe. Breathe. Switch bloody jobs.
Don't
as ash and meat.
Maybe Nina still needs a cracked skull. Rather working in a bloody
Rose,
festival.
if I'd have known there was that much coin back here, I'd have robbed the place myself.
Come on, let's go! Can't give up now.
Just breathe.
These footprints started in the sewers. I'll take that. No traps, please.
Maybe Nina still needs a cracked skull. Just rather working in a bloody festival.
Rose, if I'd have known there was that much coin back here, I'd have robbed the place myself.
Yes? Of course. You're no true Baldurian unless you've sloshed around in the slurry, after all. The Undercity is perilous. But I recall Minsk making a home down there in the old days. To plant his boot on the very bosom of evil. Or some such. I'll mark an entrance, I know. From there, we shall just have to follow our noses.
I'll feel that one later.
So Minsk has turned to the absolute. Maybe there's something to this cult.
Why, hello, lover. Your dance card is full. Lose a partner, and there'll be room for me. Lead the way, then.
Son will go out with a splash by the dock door. Right. Hope you had a fruitful visit, sir. But that's your business, of course.
You could at least try to hide.
Maybe I will. Or...
If you don't mind, sir, I do believe you have your
Maybe if you're quiet, I'll hear it. 2, 3...
God's damned hypocrites! The Blade of Frontiers. All pomp and empty oaths. The Sword Coast's most dashing fraud. You are either a fool for trusting him, or a wretch for conspiring with him. Doesn't matter which. Lady Mizora told me everything. How Will slaughtered his own father. How he craves his power. How he means to make the city bow to him and him alone. This city holds no place for you, or for Raven Guard's treacherous spawn.
You remember the stories of Elturel's fall. The city was dragged into the hells at Zariel's behest, and Ravengard along with it.
At ease. By the living gods, I believe you. What darkness has fallen upon us? There's something you must know. I should have told Will sooner, but I'd hoped somehow Ravengard would return to us. He knew about the Absolute. I thought little of it at first, but he realized the danger before anyone else did. He understood that if the cult were successful in raising an army, Baldur's Gate would be doomed. Before the Absolutists subducted him, he told me that should he fall, I should seek Will out and give him a message. Will was schooled in the ways of the great champions. He is to use those lessons to wake the worm sleeping beneath Baldur's Gate. The worm is oath-bound to answer the call and come to the city's aid. No. But I know only a true champion can awaken the worm. I thought only Alder could succeed. With his death, the duty falls to his son. The worm goes by many names. Ansur, the Waiting Storm, the Heart of the Gate. He promised Balduran he'd protect the city if ever its existence was threatened. But just the once. The city has faced countless threats. But Ravengard knew it could not survive the absolute slaughter. With him gone and the city near ruin, the worm's awakening now falls to you and Will. The Duke gave me this. The Legend of Ansur, an ancient epic, ill-remembered, dismissed as a mere tale. Let it set the path before you. Or do not, and see Baldur's Gate burn to ash. A history told by Baldur himself, stretching 1,000 years back. It is no fable. It is plain truth. I should go. I know of still others that might help us when the battle horns call. Unleash the worm. Let its tempest swallow the Absolute and its allies. And may they be driven forever from the coast.
Yes?
Soldier?
Yes?
That might be worth a look.
That water looks tainted. Better to avoid it.
That's curious.
Squaw! It's not safe here. It's too late for me, but not for you. Run as fast as your legs can carry you. The shapeshifter, or in the red. She seized me from our camp, bore me here to Baal's enclave. She slit my belly and filled her cup with my blood. A toast, she said, to her false god. She told me when her cup ran dry, she'd come for the rest of me. I'm done for. I will hold her off as long as I'm able. Run while you still can. Don't even think about fighting her. This foe is too powerful. You'd underestimate Orin the Red. The last mistake you'll ever make.
Look at it. Father's favorite, all lost and wandering. Have you forgotten the way home? Should I set your lapdog to screaming? That could help you find the way. Better to be dull and brittle. A mind-mangled beast. No talent, no beauty in your atrocities. A blunt blade like you is not fit to carve Baal's glory. Thick-headed and foolish to let the Baneites' heirs corrupt you. Gortash betrays us, bloodkin. He sets a leash to our slaughter, uses us to drive the herd towards his tin men's oppression. You must kill the tyrant, smear him across his rock-rotten halls, and pluck the netherstone from his carcass. Then we duel, sweet slaughterkin. The winner claims the stones, Baal's true chosen. The loser rots on his altar. Agree, and I will bring my assassins to heal. They watch you always, longing to spray the crimson from your veins. Refuse me, and you'll learn what happens to those who defy Baal's doctrine. So will your friend.
So, this was Orin's intention. A combat against a fellow scion of Baal, witnessed by the Lord of Murder himself. Accept, and you must kill Gortash. Refuse, and your companion's life may be forfeit, as might your own. Orin's assassins will hunt you like prey for slaughter.
His blood cannot be denied, slaughterkin. Neither can I. But first, you must make gutspill of the tyrant. Do not underestimate his steel watch. Seek their cradle in the lower city and skewer their skull meat. Make them rust and blood. Then you can gore the lordling again and again and again. But listen close, bone killer. Come to my temple before you turn Gortash to carrion, and I will ready your friend's corpse to greet you. Baal is waiting, slaughterkin. Do not disappoint him.
The great Orin the Red tugs your sleeve, sulking for attention. She might come to regret it yet. Lizelle will not break easily. But Orin will only enjoy her work the more for that if we give her the time.
We can't just let Orin take one of our own, even if it's Lizelle. We have to rescue her, or kill Gortash in order to win her freedom.
The bloody shape-shifting freak! No one takes my Githyanki and gets away with it.
The penitent looks at you silently. The penitent doesn't respond, holding your gaze almost unblinkingly with his. The penitent doesn't respond. The penitent doesn't respond. There is the slightest flicker of acknowledgement in his eyes. Penitent blinks. You think. You are dismissed.
You almost pity Orin, taking Lae'zel like that. Give her half a chance, and she'll rip out the shapeshifter's spine.
Lae'zel was a formidable addition to our party. Our odds without her are diminished. We should consider Orin's terms carefully, however distasteful we may find them.
Your mind tingles as it opens to Will. He learns of Mazora's meddling and Floric's tale of the dragon Ansur.
Curse that rotten devil and her forked tongue, trying to set Floric against me. She's a damnable inferno of chaos. What matters now is that Floric saw sense, and we know our path forward. We'll finish what my father couldn't. We'll awaken Ansur, the heart of the gate. I do, and so did my father. Go on, read the legend of Ansur. Then we can plan our next steps. I'm up for the challenge. Goodbye.
Something on...
You know exactly what's on my mind.
So, you talked to Floric, the city's most loyal servant, positively outraged to hear how Will failed his father. Tell me, darling, how is she? Entertainment? I'd be a cheeky devil indeed to make such diabolical merry. Glower all you want. I was merely laying the path to Will's success. With the Duke gone, someone will need to step up in his absence. A man with the spirit of the dragon. His only son, perhaps.
Will Orin truly free Lae'zel if we slay Gortash? I'm not so sure. A rescue may be in order.
You wish to consult me?
Yes?
Ansur is sleeping under Worm's Rock prison. But what's this of a true hero's spark?
Bow below. It's the false chosen. One who would die by our hand is unworthy indeed.
Ooh, fun.
That's all that matters. These boots have seen everything. Quickly. Never a dull moment. You've made a great mistake. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
This is the easy part.
Knees high. Good idea, Carla.
push my luck again.
Still standing, no matter what you heard.
Nice little nap. Looks jammed. No use. It's blocked. Pull yourself together. Something over there.
Yes?
All the coin seems to be there, if a little blood-stained. You lot are enthusiastic about your lord's work.
Our Lady. We serve only the Absolute.
Oh, silly me. We Zentarim are so long past our own godly roots, I'm afraid I forget the half of them. But you, I know. When did you start worshipping gods? Did they give your wee rodent a worm friend, too?
Rodent?
Enough! You will show the Stone Lord proper respect, and you will return to the Guildhall and do as we have paid you to.
Of course. I only thought...
Wait. Flop all you wish, little fish. But Minsk has caught you!
On that note, good luck. The job will be done by the time you get to the Guildhall.
What path lies before me?
Do not kill him! Another way! Please!
Ready for this? One, two.
My faith will protect me. Moving.
What must be done?
Shahira! Even much uglier twin sister? Minsk does not like this.
For the fallen. What about this? offense.
Need to stay focused.
Red in tooth and claw. Into battle. Don't waste a step.
Now this is my happy place. Find a route.
Need to act fast. On my way.
Onward.
Can't give up. Not now.
Against the darkness swarming, his senses a single light glows. Rage, flaring brighter every moment.
Killed
He won't stay down for long. Tell your Elitha to protect him from the Elder Brain's influence. Quickly!
No. This one will not aid our cause. Get rid of him.
This wretch has stood against your father before. You tremble to end him. Every part of your rancorous body yearns for it.
Don't be foolish. He is too unpredictable. He will only be a hindrance to us. No, I will not be coerced into protecting him. You do not see what I do. His thoughts, his mind, pure chaos.
The mind flare pours poison in your ear, I think. Tell it I will tear the prism from your grasp and throw it into the deepest lava pit I can find. Long after our bones are dust and ash, the walls of its prison will still be burning. Now help my friend!
She bluffs. Surely she would not risk the fate of all for one simple life. Fine. Have it your way.
His mind unfolds beneath yours. A still lake pulls you down into its depths. Images flash by, battles fought, and friends fallen. His rage grows colder, burrows deeper, as a familiar face crystallizes before you.
Jaheira! You killed her!
You are being dramatic.
The instant's hesitation is enough. With a sensation of terrible rending, something vast and nameless falls away from his mind.
There. It is done.
Jaheira? I do not understand.
Good. That means you're back to your old ways. We have a lot to discuss. But first, you have someone to thank.
In the sudden silence, your minds merge once more. More memories, sensations, but passing too quickly for you to track. In the same breath, you share everything that happened to you. The Nautiloid, the Absolute, the chosen of the dead three.
You saved Minsk. While he danced like a Mind Flayer's meat puppet. Why?
Suggested.
You do well to heed her. Jaheira was very wise. Even before she was very old. There is someone you must meet. He is... Where is he?
That was Minsk. The Minsk. Part of the crew who saved the city from Saravok all those years ago. Dunno who the Stone Lord is or what the hell he's gotten himself into. But that man is a legend.
A wood carving of a pair of wings, like an eagle's, but longer somehow. A worn but still capable warhammer, sized for a halfling. A mailed fist in the firecam armor style. A humble turnip, preserved by drying.
My friend, from our brief sharing of skulls, I know you have faced many strange beings, but none like this. Whatever happens, show no fear and stay your hand. Trust in Minsk. Such a hurry to our final moments. May I face death as bravely as you do. Wait! You gaze into Minsk's soul and see his foul crimes. You smell the stench of evil upon him, pointy claws primed, ready to scratch out his eyes. I am sorry, my friend. I am at the mercy of your faultless justice. Now, if you must burrow through my blackened heart, I am ready. No? You are certain? Oh, such boundless compassion. You are all heart. And whiskers. And cute little nose. You are right, of course. There is still much evil for Boo and Minsk to stamp out. But we need not fight it alone. I have a new face to show you. But it is not a villainous one for the clawing, understand? This is Boo. And Boo, meet you. No, it is a hamster. A miniature giant space hamster. Fear not, you will learn the difference in time. Those villains locked Boo away, lest his righteous gaze cause their tadpole to flee in terror. Now we are together again. All will be exactly as... Boo, why do you use such language? Once more, my hamster proves himself my greater half, and makes the path clear when my mind is fuzzier than his tiny bottom. He says we will join with you, and cleanse Baldur's gate of evil. Together! I give you my solemn vow. Should any of us show signs of weakening to the worm, or any other evil, Boo will slaughter us all in our beds. I hope this brings you comfort. Boo and I are most adept in the doing of things, but as you wish. To camp then! For his heroics here today, Boo has earned the most vigorous of back scratchings.
Did you want something? I think you might have made a terrible, terrible mistake. Huh? Chasing rumor halfway around the city and back. Crossing the guild. Wading through filth. Defying the one creature upon whom your very life depends. All for a madman and his rodent. The Absolute threatens thousands. The entire coast. And still you risked much to help one man. I should berate you. But I can only say thank you. Your reasons were your own. But whether you meant for it or not, your fight is our fight, huh? Both of us. To the very end. Ah. Those misty eyes are just age. Yes, I feel myself growing older as we stand here. So, lead the way. We're yours to command.
Thy wit dost thou require? The girl has left to hew her own path. She left behind a letter, as thou dost know. Hast thou other business?
Hello, my dear.
Fine lodgings you have found, my friend. Who is already in negotiations with the guardian spirits of this place. In Baldur's Gate, they are likely to be rat-formed and eager to charge rent. But Boo shall secure safe slumber for all. Now, what do you need of Minsk? So dark an alliance sealed with Sentish contracts, cultish vows, and a dragon's shining hoard. You think Minsk could forget? You are correct. I have no idea what any of that was about. But we shall simply... Ooh, why do you gnaw at my soft parts? I am trying to... Once again, in smaller words? I see. This truth you seek. Boo believes that Minsk is knowing more than Minsk knows. But it is a difficult thing. There are memories of this time that Minsk does not remember. And Booz suggests that, just as he helps with tricksome itches in awkward places, you must reach what Minsk cannot. The parasite. You can use it to tickle free whatever truth you seek. The worm has already whipped me around the city like a slack-backed pony. I have no wish to saddle myself a second time. But... if it cannot be Boo who pops inside my skull for a rummage, then I trust you. Or Jahira, but she is currently possessed of an empty head.
At first, there is nothing. His mind is empty as a still expanse of open country. But then... your face, the Stone Lord's face, mirrored in bloodied steel. In the heat of burning buildings, you hold your blade high above pale, frightened faces.
No, that is not right. I slew only monsters. The voice said that they were monsters.
A whisper. The Absolute's voice, twisting the petty guild thieves before you into snarling, savage beasts, feeding on the weak of your city.
The guild. The Stone Lord hunted them, peeled away their rotten ranks one by one, to lay bare their corrupt heart. 9-finger skin. That is what the Absolute bought Black Zentish Steel to do. To kill the Guildmaster. What does it matter? Cultish thinking has occupied Minsk's mind for long enough. Now is time for doing. And this talk of evil overthrowing evil, pah! Like a many-headed hydra biting at its own throat. Bring forth the hydra, says Boo. More faces for the punching. First we pop the Zentarim blood. Then we show 9 fingers, the 5 fingers of Minsk. Yes? Yes? Yes. Make sure you are refreshed before we set out again, friend. The road to justice is paved with kicked buttocks. There is more than a little to know, I think. I am huge. Well, Boo, explain yourself. Clear enough? Boo has a way with words that we lack. All that space in the cheeks, I am thinking. There is nothing jestful in the bond between a ranger and his companion. Before Boo, I was a typical berserker of Rashomon. Duty-bound and full of my own seriousness. The problem with one so gazing of their navel, however, they are easily ambushed. Brigands split my skull like a sodden wineskin. It was as I recovered that Boo first appeared. He told me that I had felt the great poking finger of justice, marking Minsk as its champion and Boo as my guide. As for the headache, well, justice cannot always afford to be gentle. Do not be ridiculous. If any of us is chosen by the gods, it is obviously Boo. Now, shall we away? My boots crave the crunch of unvirtuous nethers. You come to speak of the last time Minsk stood watch? The snoring... It was Boo. Minsk is an open book, with many pretty pictures. Ah, you come in search of stories. It is not yet time to tuck Boo in for the night, but very well. After our adventurings with the Ballspawn, Boo had had his fill of godly flesh. So, we returned to Baldur's Gate for a time. After all, in every city there is a sweaty underbelly, crying out for a virtuous scrubbing. None better to wield a brush than Minsk and Boo. Perhaps we rubbed some villain's rump a little too raw. This Minsk does not know. One moment we stood in the city slums, the next, ambush! Then Minsk and Boo woke on the wide, with stone dust in sensitive places. The mind of Minsk was occupied with important matters. I was browsing a slum vendor's stall, looking for Boo's favorite nuts. And then, I was stolen. For Minsk, those years passed as quick as a hiccup. It was long ago, then... It is now. I I do not like these metal men on the streets, or the villains who hide behind them. But the new world is not so different to the old one. The city still clings to the hill. The sea still stretches on forever. And the stench of evil still makes Boo wish for a tiny peg on his nose. As long as that stench remains, no matter how old or young the world is, Minsk and Boo will not rest. Ah, Boo has an inkling that this is not the question you mean to ask. I saw some hints of things when our minds mushed together, but Jahira confirmed it for me. You are of the same blood as our old friend, a Ballspawn, and as close to Minsk as if they were his own kin. That makes Minsk your uncle. Oh, a curious question. Are a child and his father always alike? Take Minsk. He does not have a clear memory of the face of his father, but he does remember tugging on the thick, red whiskers that sprang from his chin. A beard for the ages. Boo could have nested there happily through even the harshest of Rashomon winters. Now, look closely at Minsk, and what do you see? Correct! There are more whiskers on Boo's tiny face than on the mighty chin of Minsk. If Minsk did not inherit the flaming red hair of his mother, or the bushy red beard of his father, why would the spawn of Baal inherit his wickedness? I have many more thoughts about beards to share. I did not know you cared to hear them. Of course, my friend. Or are we not friends? Boo never looks to give me fleas. Sometimes you just pick these things up along the path. Now, does Boo see a question in your eye, or just a parasite poking through? Well, Boo, clear enough? Boo has a way with words that we lack. Oh? The mind of Minsk is a simple place. Of what strangeness do you speak?
The memories resurface. A lifetime of battles blurring into one. A single constant is Minsk, launching into the fray no matter the foe, be they god, monster, or man. It seems just the barest glimpse of what the man before you has seen and done, but enough to know that he has no right to still be alive.
Ah, wait! That look in your eye. I know exactly what visions of Minsk you have seen to cause you such wonder. My pants. Thrice laced, in the Rashomon style, so that a berserker might split skulls without fear of splitting breeches, too. They are fiendishly complex, but fear not for Minsk. With training, he has learned to master the many little knots. The bards, says Boo. They conspire not to safeguard our trousers, but to rid the world of pants entire. On this matter of sharing memories, I see no reason for us to worry at one another's worms. If there is more we wish to know, we can simply ask, no? Is it power? True, it has made Minsk strong, Boo can scarcely get comfortable, so firm has my physique grown. But what does the parasite take in return? It is a horror wrapped in honey. Stay your sweet tooth, says Boo. As you wish, but quietly. It is listening. On this matter, I have held small counsel with Boo. If the worm is lodged within our skulls, should it not be possible to simply squeeze like so? Until something pops out. Pay that noise no mind. Boo has not feasted on evil's flesh in some time, and it has set his gut to bubbling. None at all. Though Boo is tiny. Perhaps he could just crawl into our ears and... You are right, Boo. A ridiculous notion. It would be far too dark to see. A little rest to brush the road from Boo's fur, and then back to our adventure. Minsk is an open book, with many pretty pictures. You hear that, Boo? Your keen skills of observation have not gone unnoticed. Our friend wishes to consult your wisdom. So small is Boo that he is often mistaken for a pinecone, and many secrets are spoken in his hearing. He will tell what he knows, but Minsk, of course, will translate. Well, you have traveled at her side much longer than Minsk and Boo. What is it you feel for her? Oh, praise the three! So, I will speak freely. Of the Drow, I can say only this. She may be treacherous, vicious, and much meaner than she has any need to be, but she is clearly no cleverer than Minsk. She too was duped by the Absolute, and she too seeks vengeance. So long as that is so, Minsk will not judge her. Boo still will, but quietly. You come to speak of the last... Minsk is honored indeed, but you have not the space, Who is at your back? Well, Minsk is. Another day, another dungeon.
I shall be here in my camp. As thou...
Every kicked buttock, another step on the path.
Let's move.
I will fight alongside Minsk. But if he so much as refers to my butt, let alone attempts to kick it, I will skewer that damned hamster of his. A disparate collection of He would despise me if he had the wits to understand me. But as long as he believes we have a common cause, he does not see beyond that. I enjoy his simplicity. Oloth help me. Sometimes I almost envy it. If I did not have my schemes, I would hardly know where to aim my boot. As we saw when he acted as the Stone Lord, Minsk is a dangerous tool. A powerful weapon without a mind to guide it. His righteous rage has been directed at my people in the past, and it can be as brutal and merciless as any act committed by the Drow. Fortunately, for now, he punches wherever we point, and serves our needs well.
Let's talk. It's not just a legend. It's a history. Consider this. To Wormway 'neath prison's deepest level. That must mean Worm's Rock Prison. That's where we'll find the entrance to this Wormway. Then this. With the shock of a true hero's spark flickers, the torches alight, and Worm's eyes shall awake a glitter. To open the way, we'll need to spark torches. This dragon Onsor was Baldur's ally. We'd be fools to let him sleep while the Dead Three's chosen raised the city.
Boo seems like a worthy addition to our group. His pet, Minsk, may prove useful also.
Minsk has great heart. We shall need the likes of him for the trials to come.
The cub speaks. Huh. Not so much a term of age or affection as simple old habit. You object? The cub and the crow. Sounds like a cautionary tale, as it probably should. Ask it.
Still in control. Just.
Minsk just joined our team. This is the best day of my life.
So, we can add one bald wall of muscle to our little group. I'm sure he'll come in handy. Maybe as a doorstop.
Minsk seems quite the, enthusiastic ally. Would all do well to remain on his good side. And out of the range of his fists.
Good.
What's next?
Evil hides, and Boo seeks!
Time has not hardened my hands just yet.
Mine's never quiet.
Looks like a trap there.
An entire edition dedicated to one lord and his metal toys. Gortash has got to be paying them outsink fees.
Do not worry, and I don't.
Hold it there! Bad time to come visiting, my friend. This is interim territory now. Just as soon as we've purged it of guild rats. Nothing personal.
Another fight. Let's go. Another step forward.
On the move.
Who says smite? That means I must hit you very hard, I think.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
manufacturer isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling? Come on now, guys. Nine Fingers herself bought a very fine hat from me.
Don't mind the ladies' court.
Kind of you to take the Zentarim down first. That doesn't make us friends. Come on then, Stone Lord. If you mean to take my chair, you'll get no better chance than this.
Minsk has no interest in your furniture, Nine Fingers. Only in the wicked rump that fills it.
What?
You have been a stone in this city's boot for too long. And it will be no Stone Lord who reaches twixt Baldur and sticky toes to dislodge you. It will be Minsk!
I haven't got the slightest idea what he's trying to say. Proof that he is back to normal, no? The same sorry tale as yours, then? Well, bizarre as it is, it explains how this idiot wound up serving the dead three. Good. I'd rather you die as Minsk, the mad Rashimar. It's silly, but... do you know? You were something of a hero of mine when I was young.
Even now, your tongue twists the truth. When you were young and ten-fingered still, Minsk and Boo were stone, infatuated on a city square.
Aye. I remember the spot. By a garden on the Wide. A soft thicket near the market, with ample pockets to pick. Celestia itself to a street rat looking for shelter. You might not have been wrestling monsters, but you kept the wind and the rain off. Heroic enough for me.
Bah! You tried to dampen Boo's eyes. Do not think you will be spared his teeth. Evil is evil, even if it was once innocent.
Oh, I'm no innocent. But evil? Well, you tell me. With the Fist, the Watch, and the Council itself all licking the Absolute's boots, who's the only one left standing to protect Baldur's Gate? She's right, Minsk. She's been an ally down through the years. A friend, even.
A friend? Jahira, Boo cannot believe his ears. Has the city fallen so far in our absence? Are there no heroes left?
Heroes come and go. But the Guild has always been here, protecting the city. Until the Stone Lord came to break us.
I am shamed. Nadeshka. Unworthy to fight alongside my friends. Boo, what am I to do?
I can't speak for your rodent, but I know something of debts. If you reckon you've got one to repay, well, we could always work together.
With you? Pfft. Minsk has no lust for gold. That he would shake grandmothers by their ankles, or set Boo nibbling at their purse strings.
I'm not talking about that. We've both got bigger enemies than one another. The city's enemies. And, Tyr's honest truth, you gave my guild the wake-up call it needed. We've grown complacent, lazy, too sure of our standing. We never would have needed the Zent if we'd had a fighting force of our own. Swords for the city when the Watch and the Fist fail us.
Like a berserker lodge of my homeland. No army or militia serving the local lords, but heroes working for the common good.
Heroes? Sure.
Very well. Minsk and Boo accept.
I'm sorry, you what?
Boo and I will be your berserker lodge. taking the ugly ways of your guild and beating them into a more virtuous shape.
That's not even slightly what I was saying. I wasn't asking.
You are right. I have proven myself unworthy. I cannot serve this city if I was so easily turned against it. If I do not know my own mind, perhaps I no longer know what is good. Boo!
Boo.
Boo! Kingpin Boo! My friend, your wisdom is vast and unknowable as the Rashimi High Country. What say you, Boo? When the Absolute is slain, shall we join Nine Fingers Keen and show her the ways of goodness?
You did say he was your hero, Estelle. Maybe you'll learn something.
Oh, can't we just go back to killing one another instead?
All right, fine. Let's leave this particular fight for when the actual war is won, shall we? With the Stone Lord off my back, I'll be able to bring my people out of hiding. Cobble together a force, so we're ready when you call on us. You have my thanks. Though, I'm still not actually sure you haven't made my life that little bit harder. You have a cult to kill. What do you need from me to do it? You can't just swallow every bit of storybook tripe that you hear. Do I strike you as a little lost girl looking for a hero? Now lose the stupid look on your face and tell me what you need. Enemies and assets are all the guild know. Don't think I won't use him. If the Rashomar wants to work off a blood debt, I won't turn him down. Scares my kingpins shitless. My guild was too fractured to stand up to the Absolute. Too corrupt to see the threat within. I reckon a little bit of hamster talk might be good for them.
And you're sure you'll handle Minsk so easily as that?
What? I was trying to spy a nice warm spot for Boo's bedding.
I think I'll manage. We need to survive the fight to come first. So let's save our talk for a bright new day. Hmm? Kill the Absolute, and keep the big bull berserker out of trouble. We'll find out if either of those things is possible.
Right. Down the stairs and... Oh, was it up the stairs?
You really are that interesting. You might question their authority.
Warning you. There's one of you and four of us. We know you will drive back the army of the Absolute and raise our city to its pinnacle.
Not really. She always has something. What do I do with all your time to still watch? Well,
I wonder if
I am
my
so
own
glad you
weaknesses
asked.
they could be of use to me.
Well, well, look what the bugbear dragged in. Can't believe we both made it to the city, and with our limbs attached. We did, didn't we? Never thought I'd begrudge being alive. Alas, I've got nothing in my pockets but lint and disappointment. How are you both humble and attractive? It's just not fair, nor will my honor allow it. So how about this? Alan puts swill in the bottles, but I know where he keeps the good stuff. Here. You saw nothing. You heard nothing. I need to get back to work before Alan throws a fit, but stick around. You brighten the place up. What can I get you? Make it as easy as possible and leave a big tip. Thanks. Check the roof. But you didn't hear that from me. Break time. Heading to the roof. Some your own drinks in the meantime.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is. With all this talk of war, what else are folk to do but drink? I reckon the murder would had something to do with it too. Got punters all intrigued. On that morbid note, what can I get you fine self? Going to make this place famous, I reckon. Victim is a bloody duke. Boleyn Stelmane. Well, she was a duke. Now she's just bloody. I reckon I'll be able to charge double for that room once the constable's done with it. Murders and ghosts are always grand for business. At least, I hope. I tell you what, the murder upstairs has brought some punters, but it's also really spooked folk out of renting rooms. If we get you staying up there, perhaps folk will calm down and realise there's naught to worry about. You can have the whole upstairs floor until this killer thing blows over. The city always wins. There's always some hero that saves the day. It's the way things work. Charity! In Baldur's Gate! Good one. Keep your voice down about the bloody murder upstairs. Top floor's all yours. If it gets a bit too noisy at night, well, don't sleep above a pub.
Halt, Civvy. Turn back. This is an active crime scene.
Hold on, Thornhill. I'm tired of standing here. Devella's been up there for ages. Some diversion would be welcome.
Constable Devella said she wasn't to be...
Investigator Valeria outranks her. As you were, Civvy. Fair warning, though. She's in a foul mood.
Stelmane's parlor. A place to receive clients and informants. I wonder if it's as I remember it.
Crime scene. Not open to public. By order of the Flaming Fist.
Bollocks! I told those idiots not to let anyone through. You. Name, rank, and reason for interrupting an active crime scene. For your sake, the last one better be bloody good. A hobbyist detective? I can't fault the drive. I read the Baldur's Mouth crime reports like a starving wereball before I worked for the Fist. But you should leave it to the professionals. It's not healthy for civilians to see scenes of such a sensitive nature. Unless you've got useful information, leave me to my work. Duke Stelmane's dead, and I've got to find who killed her. Ball? That's exactly what I... Wait. How do you know about that? Oh! Oh my! Biomartyr's right, that's... It's fascinating. I should arrest you at once. But well, the Baal spawn crisis is the most interesting criminal plight in Baldurian history. If what you claim is true, you wouldn't be helping me here unless you were trying to end Baal's hold over you. Just like the wayward Baal spawn who saved the gate before. You are here to help me, and not to sacrifice me, aren't you? It's my job to be. Though I confess, it has been very interesting. You see, these murders have been cropping up all over the city. I've been following their trail for a while now, and tracing it back to its roots. They're always the same. Victim paralyzed by poison, absolutist symbols scrawled on the floor in blood, hand removed pre-mortem. The ritualistic brutality of them, it's extraordinary. And it could only be the work of a Baalist. But you've been investigating too, if I'm not mistaken. You're trying to stop your own kind. Gods. That's it. Proof that I was right. I'm glad you're on the right side of this, Baal spawn. You could be invaluable, if you can get on the inside. Hells, you might be the only one who can stop this. What else do you know? So it's all happening again. Just like in Saravok's time. A century ago, Baal bred dozens just like you. One of whom was Saravok Anshev. He ruled the Iron Throne, a dark tower hiding a darker secret. It was the front for a deadly arms-dealing network. There, Saravok amassed an army and sought to become a god. Under his stewardship, the Baal Temple was revived. And with it, the Baal cult itself. Fortunately, the temple was destroyed. And to cleanse the city of Saravok's memory, the Iron Throne was torn from its foundations and cast into the Chionthar. For most, that was the end of it. But cults like that don't disappear overnight. That list you spoke of confirms I'm right. The Baal cult is back. And someone is out there, continuing Saravok's work. God save us all if you're right. But I believe it. Whoever it is, they're intimately familiar with Saravok's work. The brutality of the killings is on a par with Saravok's own. But there's something more here. Something new. There's a reverence to these murders. A certain flair. It's as if they were done in worship. The precision of the cuts. The depth, the execution. The best butchers in Faerun couldn't make a cut like that. Trust me, I've asked them. I tried to explain all this to my superiors, but they wouldn't have any of it. They told me to drop it. Told me the city doesn't need another conspiracy theorist and to get back to doing my job before they find someone else to do it for me. But you're not bound by such constraints. Oh, help me out here. Help the city out. Follow the trail of these murders. Prove the truth. Use your lineage to get places the Fist can't. There are patriarchs on the murder target list. I'm oathbound to secure them first, so I'll be heading to the upper city next. While I'm there, the other potential victims will be at risk. Could you warn them? Not from round here, are you? We're in Baldur's Gate. This is just how things work. Thank you. That's all I can ask, and more than I hoped. Once I'm done with the Patriarchs, I'll head to Basilisk Gate to have another go at convincing my superiors to put some resources into this matter. Meet me there if you've anything more to report. And good luck. The people of the Gate are fortunate another of Baal's children stands against him. Walk in light.
Hello there. We were just about to try some of Master Metzley's delightful wines. Would you care to join us?
Oh, they do look ever so tasty.
Ah, Mrs. Highbury, I prefer to conduct tastings individually, so I may assess your palate.
Call me Cora, Master Metzley. And I'm afraid I must insist on their joining us. Wine's no good without company, after all.
No. I must say, if this is a practical joke, it's not very amusing.
Why, a serial killer? Oh, that's terrible. Master Metzley, are you quite all right?
It was perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You have sullied it with knowledge, made it an unclean sacrifice. I will remember your face, and I will peel it from your skull should you interfere again.
You still have time to surrender. consider my hackles raised. Always the same old song. Assassin escaped. The more he makes him all the faster. Now we have his trail.
Why, yes, Edvard. Can I call you Edvard? Well, Edvard, I do support Lord Gortash's campaign. For several reasons.
I still can't believe... Why would anyone want to kill me? Thank you for saving us. I still can't... but... Look, Mama, look! It's so pretty! Shh! I'm found by anti-cultist traitors are lost the city.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
The cub speaks.
My friend, now we have settled the matter of the guild. I fear there is something I must tell you. You and Boo both. It may shock you both to know, but Minsk and this Stone Lord, they are one man. The same one man. And that same one man is Minsk. Never has Boo been more proud of my failures. I wish to believe the Stone Lord's evil was the worm alone, attainting my thoughts with foul dung. But I see now, the dawn was within Minsk all along. So I wonder, if Minsk can be a villain, and Nine Fingers a hero, Must it be so with all creatures? Is there good and evil within us all? Boo calls this nonsense. Less thinking of bad thoughts, says he, and more breaking of bad bones. But still, I would hear what you have to say on the matter, my friend. I see. In the case of Nine Fingers, perhaps it was all bunched up in that finger she lost. It shall be for Minsk and Boo to be her virtuous pinky. It is strange. A worm sits within my skull, twisting my thoughts. But it is you that have made Minsk see the world anew. You, my friend, are the true parasite. There is good and evil in all. Let us go crack villainous skulls, so that the virtue might leak free. Yes, Boo. I am becoming something of a philosophizer.
Crack on the noggin.
What do you think happens to the Albrights anyway?
You moron! We could be fired for this.
Take a few in. Our mansion's big enough.
Oh, you are the fucking stories. Get them right here.
It's unusual for prey to supply the tools of its own butchery. Razors, scissors, nail files. So many cuts one couldn't make. And yet, such a fleeting window. But then, who am I to deny the auspices of destiny? For we are celebrating, Master Figaro. You have the delicious honor of being my crowning achievement. Your body is my ultimate gift to my lord, Bar. Together, we shall transcend. A challenger. My lord tests me. This piteous hovel will be your grave, challenger.
No way to run a business, I say. Can't even browse while he's with clients.
Savor your final breath. My last kill before becoming.
bring me into battle.
No way to run a bit.
Unless...
Come. Lest I sit down for a rest and not rise again.
Do you think we could swim into the upper sea? Through the river?
Maybe. I don't know how closely they watch it.
Witness to my sacrifice.
Trash like us out.
Unfortunately.
Gods know what else is down there and all.
Run a business, I say. Can't even brag while he's with a client. business, I say. Can't even browse while he's with a client.
Feel what exactly?
That weird. It's like...
That's nerve.
I am, thank you.
So you stopped queuing because you felt funny?
I mean, yes, mostly. Why did you stop doing that?
I couldn't take standing in that godforsaken line for a moment longer. I felt like I was gonna
And they probably chucked you in the river to this.
Probably.
No way to run a business, I say. Can't even browse while he's with a client. Can't even browse while he's with a client.
Stay will be your grave, brigand!
No better moment.
Still on my feet.
Things have happened in Baldur's Gate is all I'm saying.
I can't believe I'm glad to see a bowl spawn. Gods. I knew you'd be the one to stop this. If it had been the dwarf alone, we might have stood a chance. But these doppelgangers, they swarmed us. We were paralyzed before we even had the chance to fight back. I was heading that way after we last spoke, when I heard a commotion. I stepped in to see what was going on. It's not every day you have the chance to catch a killer in action. Not even in this profession. You, on the other hand, you've probably seen your fair share of murders since you discovered your heritage. We can question the assailant later, once he comes round. But I think I have it now. These killings aren't random. In fact, they seem to be part of some sort of test. That document you showed me before, the one with the victims' names on it, that was the briefing. The killers paralyze their victims, take their hands as an offering for Baal, and make it look like the cult of the Absolute was behind it all. It offers access to the tribunal, an initiation rite, held by your father's acolytes. And that brings a new cultist into the fold. And it's taking place beneath Candlehallow's tombstones. Perhaps they've even asked you to undertake this gruesome sacrament. You're brave, Spawn. To put yourself into the heart of the hells like that. Braver than us all. But you're just one sword against a god. Are you sure you're up to it? A word of advice then, if I may. Infiltrate the cult. Deceive your father's lackeys. If Baal believes he has you, they will let down their guard. There's bound to be a moment where he trips up, and you see a way to stand against him. I don't know what will happen to the gate if you don't. But I do know that you're damn well the best hope we have. In the meantime, I'm going to Basilisk Gate to try to drum up some support and warn as many important people as possible. I hope I can yell loud enough. See you around, Balspawn. Stay alive for me, won't you?
I must say, I'm damn lucky you showed up when you did. Can you believe what that monster was doing? Truly? Then you're made of sterner stuff than I, friend. I'll confess, it terrified me greatly. Can you imagine dressing entirely in red? Jests aside, thank you. You forever have my humblest gratitude and a most generous discount on my wares. In the face of such horror, I don't see that I have much choice. Now, how may I help you today? I sell anything and everything needed to cultivate your countenance. The best you'll find in Baldur's Gate. Certainly better than any dreck you'll pick up in Worm's Crossing. A certain ineffable quality. Beauty in its men. Very good, ma'am. Now remember, fashion's a fickle mistress, so be sure to return.
Who can say? Can't believe someone would try and murder Master Figaro. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Well, unless it was buzzing around one of his fitting rooms. I'm glad Figaro's all right, though. Without him, I'd have no job or dress sense.
I'm ever so glad Master Figaro was saved. I'd have been out of a job otherwise.
What do you mean? What else?
Facemaker fashion. Dress like every day could be your last.
I'm just saying, maybe there's a reason for that.
So you believe me then?
A passphrase, Sicarius, and a location. We should find this candle-hallowed place.
Think I made the right decision not to stay long.
That's the most tasteless slogan you've come up with yet. Great job.
Jaheira! Boo is trying his best to explain, but I still do not understand your anger.
Do not hide behind your hamster, Ranger. You do not understand because you do not listen. We were the first to discover the cult. And if you had only waited, we might have marshaled our numbers and...
Good does not wait for evil to button up its breeches. When it offers buttocks for the smacking, Minsk and Boo greet cheek with hand.
This mess falls on our heads, Minsk. The city under siege, its people poisoned by the cult. It all might have been avoided if you had just put your feelings aside and listened. I have seen too much to believe destiny has taken our side. Blind luck, perhaps. The point remains. You meant well, Minsk. But you exposed the city to harm. You helped the cult spread. And worse, perhaps than any of this, you forced me to leave you behind.
But this is where Minsk falls short of the understanding, Jaheira. What else is a berserker for, if not to charge into danger ahead of his Waclaren?
The Wicklaren, wise women of Rashomon, each bonded to a berserker bodyguard for life. There is no higher title, nor deeper bond in all of Rashomon custom.
Wiclaren? Minsk, I am not your witch. You are not my bodyguard. This is not some high lodge of your homeland.
Boo agrees you're a queer kind of witch. But this city is a queer place. And Minsk, you may have noticed, is sometimes strange himself. The titles matter not. Only this. When Minsk does as Minsk does, and charges in to make a mess, Jaheira does as Jaheira does, and finds a way to save us all anyway.
Is there? Wonderful. Another Minsk in the making.
Ha! Not without a companion, I'm afraid. Boo will ask some of his sewer-dwelling friends.
I am your friend, Ranger. I am not your witch. There will be no ointments or healing balms.
Not even for Boo? What is it, my friend?
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
The cub speaks.
Let's talk.
Alan says I have to what? I'm sorry, I didn't know we had God's damned royals staying with us. Can't this wait till morning? Oh, fine. Right, you. Food? Supplies? What do you want? Enjoy your night.
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag.
I don't know. All I know is I thought of you when I saw...